What is going on, guys? This is the 4th Gen Gamer here, bringing you guys a brand new countdown for this week. We are going to be counting down our top 5 potential type changes that we would like to see. Swami, what the fuck does this mean? Explain.
Basically, we don't like the current typing for specific Pokemon in the Pokemon universe. Whether it be that we think that they should change it or they will change it, does not matter. This is based on whether the design fits something else. You know, the move pool is heavy in a different type than what its actual typing is, or it could open up the door for a second type. This is what we're here for. We're going to kind of speculate and break down why we think different Pokemon should be featured differently.
Exactly. So, as you guys know, we do the try countdowns, and as you can see, we do have a guest if you'd like to introduce yourself.
Hey, what's up? My name is Chris, also known as PokeNuz, and I do Nuzlocke on my channel, and I'm here doing this top 5 with Josh and Swami today, so.
Awesome. So let's go on to number 5. Alright guys, in the number 5 spot, I do have my Milotic, and I would like it to become a water fairy type. Right now it's just water, and honestly, when you look at it, it just has a very fairy look about it. I don't know how to put it. It just looks very majestic. It's known for, like, it being in contest with Wallace and whatever, and whenever you see the anime, it's always just so majestic, just how it goes about itself or whatever. And it cannot learn a fairy type move, which is really crazy. I can just imagine that thing having Moonblast just, like, easily. I don't know how it doesn't, but honestly, it looks like a fairy. But in addition to that, when, you know, before you can trade it holding the Prism Scale, before that you had to, level it up with the Max Beauty. And honestly, that's like what fairies are all about. They're about being majestic. They're about being magical and beautiful. And if you have to evolve the shitty-ass little Feebas into a magical, huge, beautiful Milotic, that just has fairy written all over, in my opinion. And honestly, that thing could wreck with the Moonblast, Dazzling Gleam, whatever the fuck you want to run with that thing. I think it could wreck. But anyway, Swami, what do you have?
Coming in at number 5, I have Altaria.
Oh, another fairy.
Yeah, I want Altaria to be change its typing from Dragon Flying to Dragon Fairy, because, it is a dragon, but it's floating on a freaking cloud. It looks like a fairy type. It does in that sense. It learns Moonblast by level up, and it is the only non-fairy or psychic type to learn Moonblast at all.
Whoa.
So, there's some other ones, like Cresselia and Lunatone, they're psychic types that can learn it, but through level up, Altaria is the only one that does not have either. It looks majestic. It's floating on a cloud like a fairy type of thing would. That's not flying. That's a fairy. It's part cloud. I think that would apply. So that's why I have Altaria as a dragon fairy, and that'll be a pretty cool type.
Definitely.
All right, so for my number 5 spot, I actually have Girafarig, who I want to be a dark and psychic type. Now, the reason for that being is because, obviously, it does get Crunch and other moves like that, like Dark type moves, and with stab damage, that'll just make it so much better. And with, like, Sap Sipper, if, like, someone uses, like, a Grass type move on it, then it'll just, like, get the boost with physical attack, and it'll just pretty much destroy with a stab, like Crunch or something like that. But it just gets so many moves that are, like, Dark type, and by level up, and it just should be a Dark type, because it just looks like one, to be honest. And I was even speculating that, like, a Mega Evolution for Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire may actually incorporate a Dark type within its evolution, so maybe we'll see that soon, but we never know.
Interesting. So let's go on to number 4. Guys, in the number 4 slot, I do have Electivire becoming the electric fighting type. I think, did Drayano do this? He might.
Yeah, he did. He did. Yeah.
Before anything, first of all, Electivire it looks like a fighting type. It looks like just, the way it just looks, it looks like it's about to, like, just grab you with its hand and just, like, slam you against the wall. I don't know, that's just the first thing I think of. But there's so many signature moves, especially what you see, what it runs on Shonen and whatnot. Cross Chop, Dynamic Punch, Focus Punch, Hammer Arm, Karate Chop, Rolling Kick. I'm just looking at so many different fighting type moves that it can learn. It learns by level up, from the start, it learns Low Kick. And, I mean, so many fighting type moves that it could take advantage of, and I think, not really Electabuzz. Electabuzz isn't really like a fighting type, but just when it evolves into Electivire, it just looks like it's just, I don't know, it just looks like a fighting type. And it learns so many fighting type moves by level up and by egg moves and TMs. It can learn Power Up Punch, Brick Break, Focus Splash, just so many different fighting type moves. I just feel like it could take advantage of it a lot, and I feel like it would be a good move, just overall. Drayano does that in his hacks, and I think it's a good move. I think it's awesome, and yeah. Anyway, that's what I have for my number 4. What do you got, Swami?
Coming in at number 4, I have Girafarig. Go figure. I think Girafarig should also become a Psychic Dark type because it reminds me of Cat Dog with the split down the middle type thing, and the front half is Psychic, the back half is Dark. There's nothing normal about this.
I love
A normal
Swami.
Psychic type makes no sense. And honestly, with all of its moves, it learns Psychic and Dark moves all up and down its entire listing. And like Chris said, with Sap Sipper can be a physical attacker, it's game over. Girafarig, Psychic Dark.
I love that.
Yep.
Dog, perfect.
All right, so coming in, my number 4 is actually Superior, who should be a Grass and Dragon type. Now, I incorporated this from Drayano's hack probably just because in Blaze Black he made it a Grass and Dragon, and I think it'll take huge advantage of Contrary with that because of Draco Meteor. If it gets Draco Meteor and the special attack raises by 2, then it'll just make it so much better and so much OP. And it gets so many Dragon type moves, and by stab damage, it'll just be 2 OP, and it'll just be so much better than it is.
Straight to Ubers.
I do have one thing to say about that. It does not have its secondary. It does not have a hidden ability that's legal yet.
Oh, yeah, it's true.
So, but
Mega
still,
Evolution. Mega Evolution, contrary.
Yeah, if it does
Oh.
get Draco Meteor, though, if it does go to Dragon, then it should get Draco Meteor and hopefully be able to be better than it is.
Perfect. All right, let's go on to number 3. Alright, in the number 3 slot, I have the Psyduck family. Yes, both Psyduck and Golduck. And Swami always thought that it was Water Psychic. I actually partially thought that. I was like, let me just double check this real quick. And I'm like, oh wait, shit, how is it, how is it not? Like, that just doesn't make sense to me. Literally by level up, okay, most Pokemon almost all learn normal type moves when they level up. You have Growl, Tackle, all those basic moves. The only moves that Psyduck and Golduck learn by level up are normal type moves, Water type moves, and Psychic type moves. Not just one, but like, let's see, 4 Psychic type moves by level up. Confusion being like a signature move for Psyduck. You're going through Sinnoh and you have them blocking you off because they have the chronic headaches. Why? Because they're Psychic types. They have headaches. They're busy doing some mind control shit. No, I don't.
Give me headaches.
Psyduck gives me fucking headaches. No, but really though, I don't know how the fuck they aren't Psychic types. They're just Psyduck, Psychic. Like, it just doesn't make sense to me that they're not. But anyway, I don't know. That's just me. Psyduck, yeah.
That is just you.
I think it's Swami too. He thought
Yeah.
that they were Psychic types.
Yeah, I actually went for a lick in my Hex Lock thinking that it was going to be super effective on a Psyduck.
I actually would think that too, because Drano did that actually in one of his hacks.
Drano's smart.
Yeah.
Drano should watch this video.
Yes. He'd
Send
be
it to
happy.
him.
He'd be happy to see that we are utilizing some of his typing.
True. Ew! I'm looking at this. Oh my god. Swami. Oh.
But
Your pick for this.
oh yeah, I know.
I'm throwing up.
Try to hold it down a little bit. My number 3 is Luxray. I always when I see Luxray, I don't think of just a normal electric type. I think of an electric dark type. It has that nature to it, I guess. It learns Crunch by level up, and the coloring to it is enough that I could say, I don't know, I think it looks like a dark type, along with the electric typing, especially the shiny version. It's like 95% black, and then like a little bit of blue or yellow. I don't know, I think it looks like a dark type to me.
And it learns Crunch and Bite, like you said.
Yes, I just said that.
With Stab. Yes, I know.
Alright, so my number 3 is actually Glalie, who should be an Ice and Dark type. Now, I think it should be Ice and Dark because, it just gets so many Dark type moves that make it Stab, and like it gets Crunch by level up, it gets Bite by level up, and even gets Dark Pulse and like other Dark type moves like Payback and all that, and it just really should be a Dark type because it even looks like a Dark type because it has like this little black marks on it. I always thought this thing was a Dark type too, just like kind of like what Josh said about Golduck. But I don't know. I just always thought this thing was a Dark type until like recently.
That would make sense as
like a Dark type.
Like a counterpart to Froslass, who's Ice and Ghost.
Yeah, see that too. Yeah.
Alright, let's go on to number 2. Alright, in the number 2 slots, I have Samurott, continuing with Drano's awesome trend of type changes. This thing is a water fighting type, will be amazing. And first of all, before we go any further, look at this picture. It has a sword.
Damn.
Look at that. Look at it. It's just amazing.
Looks amazing.
It's awesome.
It really does. It looks like it's about to just chop up some sushi.
Exactly. And how does this relate to fighting types? It's a sword and Sacred Sword. It's a fighting type move. It should learn by level up, even though the only fighting type that learns by level up is Revenge. Holy shit! Sacred Sword has a sword! It's part of its body. It should be a fighting type. Listen, I don't know. It learns only Revenge, like I said, by level up. That's the only fighting type move that it learns. But how does it not know Sacred Sword? That thing is a fighting type move, and it's part of its body. It has a sword as part of its anatomy. I don't get that. It literally is samurai. It's part of it. Okay. Maybe I'm going insane. Swami, what do you have?
Coming in at number 2, I have my mascot, Glalie.
Ooh.
Now, my reasoning for Glalie being an ice psychic type is about the same as Chris's for making an ice dark type, except he has a little bit more backing behind his in terms of moves that it learns through level up, like Bite and Crunch. Glalie can only learn Light Screen and Rest in terms of psychic moves. But, first off, it's a giant floating head made out of ice. If that's not telekinesis, I don't know what is. Secondly, if it becomes an ice psychic type, it becomes only the second ice psychic type in the series, along with the Jinx family. So, I think that's much less competition to deal with than, say, the Weavile Sneasel family, and because Glalie is still worse, Frostlass will be able to counter it being a ghost type. So, I don't know, I think that would just be a kind of a good way of going about it, because, well, honestly, who would you rather have, Jinx or Glalie? That's kind of closer than saying who'd you rather have, Weavile or Glalie.
That's true. Huh. Alright, so coming in my number 2 spot is actually Farfetch, being a fighting and flying type. Now, this is once again with Drano's hacks, because Drano did incorporate this within Blaze Black and Blaze Black 2, I believe. I don't really know about that, but I know for a fact that Farfetch does get only one fighting type move, and that is Revenge. It really should get close combat if it does become a flying and fighting, because, you know, we've never seen something like that before in Pokemon, flying and fighting. That's like a type
and flying, well, flying
we haven't seen. Yeah, yeah, exactly that too. Flying Press, the new move, Flying Press. That's perfect, and it'll just make it so much better than just being normal and flying. Because normal and flying is pretty weird, if you ask me. And with the Defiant boost, if it gets like its stat lowered and then gets an attack boost, this thing will be like 2 OP, man. This thing will be awesome. It'll just be really good.
I feel you. All right, we got number 1. I gotta do the drum roll, or else Swami's gonna like flip a table over. You ready, Swami? Drum roll, yeah, number 1, yeah. Alright guys, before we go on, Swami just ruined the drum roll. He was like, hey, let's do honorable mentions. So, I'm going to tell you guys the ones that I would like to see real quick. Flygon, Bug Dragon would be pretty cool. Charizard, Fire Dragon, that's just kind of like the classic. It did get the Mega Evolution though. Lumineon, Water Fairy, and Cubone, Ground Ghost. Think of the little lavender tower thingy, whatever. Swami, what do you have?
I have Pyroar getting rid of its useless normal typing. That's it.
Cool.
Yeah, and I gotta agree with Swami for that.
True.
And then also, yeah, I like the Cubone too. The Cubone's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I just got there now. Yeah.
Awesome. So let's go on to number 1. Yes. And, yes, you see, I have another family. I have the Porygon family, which will become Electric Normal. Now, I almost just want to get rid of like normal typing altogether, but I don't know. Electric Normal typing would actually be really cool for the Porygon family, because it's based off of like it being like a computer and being like an electronic like machine, a manufactured Pokemon. And if it's like manufactured and what makes it move are like machine parts and shit or whatever, if it's a computer, it should be electric. Now, I don't even know about normal, like I said, but even electric steel, I know that Swami suggested that to me, but I think the normal typing is just kind of like that classic, like you kind of can't get rid of that. But in battle, it could really take advantage of a Charge Beam. Imagine that with Stab, you can get the special attack boost. Holy shit, that thing would be awesome. But it's a computer, and I think that would be really cool too, especially when you look at the evolution lines. It looks like it kind of just gets like more modern. Almost looks like the evolution of like computers today. Like, you know, I have Porygon, it's kind of like the brick computer. It's just kind of like very blocky and whatever. And then you have, you know, Porygon 2 a little more modern than like Porygon Z is like this crazy, you know, computer thingy. I don't even know what the fuck. It's just, it's called the Virtual Pokemon. And I think that's really cool if they can incorporate the electric typing, especially with Charge Beam, Thunderbolt, any of those electric type moves, get the stab going on, and that would be really cool. And I think it kind of matches their look and how they kind of evolve, just like technology evolves, and that kind of matches the electric type, I feel, as well. But anyway, Swame.
The only other thing I can say is that it would be pretty good if there was a second type of move that can hit Porygon too. So, by having electric typing, it would open up a ground weakness, which would be good. Coming in at number 1, I have Gyarados. There is no reason for this Pokemon to have Fly as a flying typing. Exactly. There is none. It can't learn Fly, and it doesn't make sense to me at all. This is a Dragon Pokemon. This is a Water Dragon Pokemon. It learns 3 moves by level up that are Dragon types: Dragon Rage, Twister, and Dragon Dance. It can learn Dragon Tail. Outrage is a transfer move along with Dragon Pulse. It is a Dragon-type Pokemon, and I had 2 other things because it has 2 abilities as Intimidate and Moxie. First off, instead of Moxie, I said to change the name of it to Rampage and have the same effect. Attack is raised by 1 stage. And maybe add a third one that kind of maybe makes normal-type moves, Dragon-type moves, something. Just because Hyper Beam always, with a Gyarados, was always seemed like a Dragon-type move. You know, only dragons used it, and then Tyranitar. Which people thought was a dragon. I still don't understand how it's a rock type, a dark rock type, not a dark dragon.
May I just throw in, that is actually one of my honorable mentions. I just don't want to spoil anything, so yeah.
Well, maybe that should have been one of mine too. That's actually not bad. Okay, but yeah, that's why I have Gyarados at number 1 as a water dragon to go along with Palkia as the only other water dragon.
Alright, so for my number 1, I actually do have Volbeat and Illumise. I don't know if it's an Illumise, but they're both pretty much the same thing. So Volbeat is actually, I think it should be a bug and electric type, and the main reason for that is because it actually does get Thunderbolt, Thunder, Charge Beam, Thunder Wave, and other electric type moves like that by TM. It doesn't get any by level up, but it sure would be a great addition to Volbeat and Illumise just because electric type will just make it stab, and it'll just be so much better of a Pokemon because as of now, I'm just gotta say it's pretty much ass because it's just not that good. It's only a bug type and it's not really that good of a Pokemon, special attack and physically wise. And you know, with electric type, it'll just make it so much better and it'll just be a lot cooler. And I'd probably use one if it was electric type. But yeah.
Actually, I just found out that it was just bug. I thought it was always bug flying. It's just bug actually.
Yeah, I thought it was that too, to be honest.
Not enough people care about it to give it a second typing.
It's kind of just like one of those Pokemon that's just there.
It's the Firefly Pokemon, you know, it lights up and everything. I think that would be cool to have the electric typing on it, you know?
I think its base stats are absolutely pitiful.
Plus it gets Charge Beam, so Charge Beam can, you know, like, help it out.
It actually learns a lot of things through transfer. Everything from Bug Bite to Giga Drain to Ice Punch to Water Pulse to Ominous Wind to Dynamic Punch. It's like,
yeah, it is a really diverse moveset, but it just...
they have to do that for a base 400 Pokemon.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true.
Give it
It even gets Dazzling Gleam.
Yeah, you can learn Dazzling Gleam and all that good
That
stuff.
Mega Evolution would be, like, scary. I want to, like, see the design of that shit. Oh, man. Alright, guys, I think that is about it for this top 5. If you guys did enjoy, make sure you kill that like button, as Sin says. He likes... something
don't
about
kill
him.
it.
No, that's...
One hit KO it. Come on.
One hit KO? Alright, fine. Kill it. Do something with it. I don't know. But yeah, let us know your own top 5 potential type changes that you would like Game Freak to put in, or what you think that they'll put in, what you think would be really cool for them to throw in there. Drowno has a lot of awesome hacks that he implements the type changes, and, you know, I really realize how many good ones there are, you know, doing this countdown, and, it's really awesome. I want to hear you guys' feedback, you know, what you think of this idea, what do you think of the countdown. I don't think that they've ever changed the type of a Pokemon unless they've added a type, right?
Yeah, pretty much like Fairy. They did a lot of
Fairy,
Pokemon.
the Steel type, Dark type. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you very much, PokeNest, for coming on, and Swami, it's always a pleasure.
Yes.
And yeah,
Thanks for having me.
new countdowns every Friday. We're having the capture card coming very soon. Check out the Semi Eggs video that I have for mine and Galactic Elliot's X and Y dual egg lock. It should have went up probably yesterday, or it's coming up very soon, no matter what. Go check out, you know, the video and send us some awesome eggs. It's gonna be a blast. It's ending this Wednesday, no matter what, though. 5 eggs max per person. So, yeah. Anything else you guys want to throw in there before we get out?
No, I think we're good. I'm just pumped I'm pumped to play the next game and see what they do.
Yeah, thanks
Awesome.
for having me again too.
Hey, no problem. Until next time,
Anytime.
guys, we're out. Peace.
Peace.
Peace.